Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 17 of the Reggina Race. It's Damien. If you haven't watched the previous few episodes, you probably should do so. But if you've got a keen eye, you already know what's happening. And if you're up to date, you already know there's been some changes and we're not in the Serie C anymore. We're in the Italian Serie B, as it says here, or up here, or anywhere else around here on this screen if you want to take a look at, maybe just underneath here. I'm just quite excited that we're still in the Serie B. Now, we did most of pre-season. When I say most, I think we got all the way to like August 1st on stream. And then after August 1st, I said I wouldn't make any signings. And that's been true. We haven't made any signings. It's deadline day, but we have a game against Foggia coming up. But as you can notice, it's 9:15 in the morning. You might be thinking, why have you come back a little bit earlier than the Foggia game? We'll go through that in just a second. However, if you can tell from the screen here, you got a new key player. We got a new vice captain. It's all happening. Signings have been made, and I actually think we're in a better spot than what the game predicts that we will be. I feel like we've had one of my best windows, so far in the save, and probably so far since a couple of the HK windows as well. We're going to get straight into it, but there's a few things we need to speak about first. The first one is financially. We'll get into the Bari Moncini one. If we actually go down and we go to like TV revenue, there was a little bit about TV revenue. I think the best way might be to show us maybe in the finance. As you can tell, we had a 1.9 mil balance. We're making profit in a month. That is insane for us. And maybe we can just eke out this 1.4k. We're also in the fourth qualifying round again for the Cup. And if we get to the first round, it's another 600k that we will make, plus TV revenue, plus gate receipts, depending on who we get next. I can't remember who we got. All I know is we got Spal. And that game, if it's not too far away, I don't think it is. I think it's not too badly marked out like here. I'm definitely thinking that you'll see the Foggia game. We'll stream most of that live, and then you'll see the Spal game. I do have to go to work today. I then have coaching, but after coaching, we'll do maybe a couple of hours stream, and we'll do everything up to Spal and then something else as well. If you haven't checked me out on Twitch, link in the description below. So that's the first thing, right? Is that financially we're actually making money and taking a little bit more into that. Second thing is you notice that we maybe only were spending 30k last year. We're now spending 60k, so we've made some signings, and there's some good ones. This Moncini one does worry me. We'll talk about it in seconds. The main reason to come back early. Here are some of the signings. On the outs, we sold a John Luipi for 36 and Armeno for 22. So I'm pretty happy with that. The rest of it, though, look, not too bad at all. Just loans for people that are young, like Leonardo Venturulli, one of our key, one of our hot prospects. Federico's gone out on loan, and so has Christian, as I don't think there will be a need for him at the moment. Toulouse there at centre attacking mid. Just looks the goods. He's here now as our own player. He's obviously got that potential. Our coach rates him. He reckons he'll be a leading Seria B player in the future. He loves big games. He's a consistent performer. We love him as well. The next player we brought in was Alberto Brazatetti. Now, we're going to just call him Alberto because I cannot pronounce Brazazetti or Brazazetta or however you want me to pronounce it. I can't do it. I'm just going to do it right now on the thing. His name is Alberto. Alberto is running down the wing. Yes, he is. His one determination does worry me, but we currently got him tutored at the moment by Zach Muscat. If you go back to his stats, he's got very good potential, and according to my highly more weighted coach than my assistant, he definitely looks like he might grow into that potential. Now, the main reason I went for him is he got released from AC Milan, as you can see here, and just before he got released, Juve were willing to spend the 3 mil compensation fee to get him on a free, and he rejected it. And I was like, whoa, okay, if he's wants to go to Juve, if Juve want him, he must have the potential to grow into. And B, if he's rejecting Juve, he might actually come to me on a rotation first-year contract. He's just like, no, hot prospect, I'm happy with that. So he's probably be a starting right back because I think that potential could grow. We still have Danilo here, and Danilo is apparently a Serie B sort of player. Gianmarco Ingrosso is going to be part of the new centre-back partnership that we've got. He's a very good player for Serie B. He actually looks quite good. He's got that great headering. He's also very well-rounded everywhere else. Aerially, he's a little bit of a monster, which is good as well at the back. And he's not too slow. I'm pretty happy with that. He's also got some decent player traits. I'm very happy with that one there. Dario Martino, if you notice in the other screen, was going to be our key player. He's the only loan we brought in. You can see why, right? He is very well suited to Serie A soccer. Could improve a lot in the future, and he is here on loan as a rotation player. A rotation player. Are you serious though? A rotation player. You just never know what could happen. with him. I honestly think that he will be absolutely amazing. He'll bang goals in for us, and he's a player that maybe in a couple of years' time we might be able to pinch on a free, but you never know. Anyhow, so there we go. That was Martino. Quinton Dubin looks like he's going to be a very good anchor man, a very good depth. He can play centre back as well. He can also play at centre mid. I just feel like he's just very good depth to have on the bench, and with all this going on, it should be okay. Hopefully, with this determination and all these other stats, it will be okay as well. But in saying that, he's just back up to Ngoy. My coach rates him the same as Ngoy. I honestly just think Ngoy is slightly better. He knows the system, so he will be able to play that halfback, that anchor man role. Anyhow, if you go to Quinton Dubab, I think he's quite good. Simone and Cardi's got a lot of potential, according to my other scout. He looks quite good. He's got leading Seria B potential. I'm quite happy with how he's going, and it's been not too bad. Antonio Grant is the other centre back that we did bring in. Now, he is not great, but he's got Serie A potential. So anyone that I can see that's got Serie A potential is worth bringing in, like Monchini, and off we go. If you go to Antonio Barilla is a club icon. That's his staff stats because he's thinking about becoming a staff person after this. But you've got his career stats. He's at Reggina again after spending a long time at Reggina. He got through this period, playing many games for him. I feel like he's quite the player. He's quite the box-to-box, that 20 determination. I love that as well. And he is also still a very good Serie B player that likes big games, and hopefully he can lead us to glory. Federico Maqueda is probably a player that you do know if you're a Manchester United fan. Now, this hurt me to bring him in being a Liverpool fan, but he scored a lot of late goals for Sir Alex over the years. He then has gone on loan. He's gone to a lot of other places where he hasn't been that great. It's probably his best spell was at Birmingham. And then in the Serie B/C, he's been playing in and around, not doing too much. He's looked really good in pre-season, has Federico Maqueda, and he's also got very good stats as a poacher at this level. And I feel like to pick him up on a free is not too bad at all. Edward Thomason is a player that I think he could grow into quite the player. Now, it says his potential is only 4-star. I thought it was 5-star when we signed him. I don't know what's changed. But the Estonian international is an international player with some good stats in key areas as a advanced playmaker, and as a shadow striker, he can do the job as well. And I feel like that it will be okay for us as well. And if we go down to the last one, is Leroy. Leroy is just a backup left back. He's got a little bit of potential about him. He can grow into a decent Serie B left back. He sees 5-star potential here, according to our 14 potential coach. He looks quite good. He's got good pace. His determination needs to be worked on. We got him tutoring as well. His decent passing, tackling, all that sort of stuff. All around the 11s and 12s, which is pretty good for us. If we're going to go into the transfer thing now, Monchini doesn't want to sign a new contract because he really wants to move to one of the Serie A clubs interested in him. Bari is one of them. Bari is actually 21st. I don't think he would actually go to Bari. He wants to move to Entelle. So he won't sign a new contract with us because he's currently unhappy, because he wants to join a bigger club. I don't want to sell him at the moment, and I don't think he'll be upset if we reject Bari. But if we were going to sell him, I want the money, and I want big money. So I'm talking like 2 mil, and then we'll have a talk about it, and we're just going to negotiate that one there and see if they come back. I would imagine they're going to reject it, and I don't care, and obviously we'll see how we go. But we should be okay as the game's ticking on here. Bari withdraw for Monaco. I don't think he's going to get too upset with that. And as you can tell, that is all that's going to go on and happen. Hopefully, we don't get another bid for him on deadline day, but we'll give you, we'll show you up until the game if something does come in. But I feel like we'll be okay. In terms of our schedule as well, we've done quite well in pre-season. We lost the first game to Sal Torino, who got relegated from Serie A and are in the Serie B this year. We then played a lot of teams that weren't at our level. We then obviously have we had Bassona, who was Serie C side that we struggled to get past, but we did play well in that game. They just finished every chance they seemed to get. We then obviously beat Pescara 3-0 in a game we absolutely dominated. Pescara are also in the Serie B like us, and so we could win here. We go to our season preview as well. We're predicted to finish there in third to last, but I honestly think that we have a very good team. I feel like we'll be okay. Like Sirigu's in goals, like Salvatore Sirigu, because Torino got relegated. That whole Torino save is basically, just what they reckon is going to be good. So the difference between the Torino save and Torino team and the predicted dream team is not too much, considering all the Torino players are there. If it wasn't for Sirigu, I think we have the best keeper in the league in Thomas Coquetti. I actually think we might be okay at the moment and see how we go. Hopefully we'll be okay. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut this little segment here, because deadline day could always take a little bit longer, and I'll bring you back to when we get to the Foggia game, and we'll be right back. Welcome back here, YouTube. It is part 2 of this video. We obviously went through all the transfer stuff. It took a couple of minutes to get here to the end of the 31st into our game. And the first thing we notice is Ngoy is apparently out suspended. So a debut will be coming for Quinton Dabab, who can play in that anchor man role fairly okay. Stefano has had an injury of late, so he can just go in there and swap him with Lavezia. Lavezia obviously come out. Actually, we probably should put on Toronto on the bench because he can actually play in that role fairly well. But as you can see, the team, and Monica's growing. Ooh, that looked good. As you can see, it's Cocchetti in goals. Cocchetti is obviously a great player for us. Alberto there at right back, not growing yet. Ingrossi, obviously, and Granta, like I've said. Monica, who is growing sensationally. I think he could be quite a player for us in the future. I just really hope that he doesn't get that 1-year contract extension in a couple of years and we can grab him, but you just never know. Dubin there is at centre back. He's not too bad. Perilla there at the moment is not bad at all with David M looking okay. Toulouse at centre attacking mid. We all know about Toulouse. Moncini there at not too bad at right back, as I scratch my back at right striker. And then on the left hand side, Dario Martino, who is not too bad at all. I don't mind playing a right footer on the left because they can come inside, but Moncini plays that role fairly well out there, but we should be okay. We'll see how we go, and off we get into this game. Look, I don't know what to expect from this, really. Foggy are not too bad. They've been in and around the Seria B. We've beaten Seria B sides before, but you just never know. There's no real names that I know there. Fideli's apparently their key man, the Swissman, and he looks quite good there, Fideli. Is that Mustafa? Oh no, I've read the name wrong there. I was going to say, is that Mustafa Armenia? That's a weird transfer, the Australian. Anyhow, we're just going to get into it. We're the underdogs here. Go out there and just give us a performance. I have full faith in you boys. Go out there and tell me how you can go. Obviously, I'd rather have Ngoy today. Apparently, they're missing some Francesco Deli. We should be okay. Anyhow, we're here at Foggia, who have a decent stadium by the looks of things, and hopefully we'll be all right. And we were going to be in our white against the red and black of Foggia, and hopefully we just put in a performance here. We're going to keep the league table up, but we're obviously going to look down this end of it for the year, probably more than likely. You never know, right? I actually feel like we've built a good squad, and a squad worthy of this level. If you believe me as well, chat, let me know in the chat. Let me know what you think about the squad. If you think it's good enough to stay up, is it good enough to maybe predict more than staying up? Let me know. As a game's ticking away here, and it's a corner here. Nullity there, his ball front post, and that's really poor marking. We can't afford to be conceding set pieces way too much this season, because obviously that would hurt us big time. But as you can see here, Foggy are 1-0 up thanks to a set piece down. Nalini's ball, and just, Fedato is just left way too free, way too easily, and I don't know how we can go. Anyhow, we're going to continue forward here into this next game and see what can happen into this next moment, and see what can happen as well. As it stands right now, though, we are 1-0 down. It looks like it's going to get like that till half-time as well. In terms of the possession in that, look, it's fairly even, so I can obviously see I can obviously see that the system is still working, even at Seria B. And look, we've beaten Seria B sides in the past as well. I'm just going to tell them, look, I've got, there's more to come from here. Off we go, and hopefully we'll be okay. Fedato there on the ball on this left-hand side will be, will fall into Martino. Just hoping for this back, this front two to start clicking very quickly. They have looked good, though, when we have played in the Seria, in the Italian Cup, though. As that long ball goal finds Toulouse again, and the ball over top Martino, he's got a good right foot, he's got good finishing, hits it first time against the unrushing keeper and put it just wide. It would have been nice to see him finish that one there, that is for sure, but unfortunately for us, it didn't happen, and it is still 1-0 down. The game is fairly even. I don't want to change too much right now because I feel like a goal's coming, but at the same time there might be cause to change, and we might change it now. We're going to get Dubin off. We're actually going to move Toulouse out there onto this right hand side and get him as the advance forward on attack. We're obviously going to get Duban off there, and we might bring on Surgeon to Shadow Striker if it will let me. I think that's the first change we're going to make here. We're going to go to that, but we're obviously going to go and exploit the right a little bit more, looking for the overlap on a more controlled system, playing a little bit more higher, a little bit more direct, with more shorter passing and a bit of a higher tempo, more direct passing, but keeping the ball. We're just going to try and control the game and a little bit more fluid and see if we can maybe keep the ball a little bit and do what we need to do. We're going to confirm that change. We're going to keep it like that for a little bit, and then about the 75th, 80th minute, we will go for it. I don't know if we can make 3 subs or 5 subs as well. I do not know what the case is with that. At the moment, not a lot happening. I'm just going to tell them to get creative here and see if we can break down Foggia. But at the moment, not much happening here. So with 10 minutes to go, we're going to make another change. We're going to bring off going to bring off Barilla. He's not had his best of days. We are going to bring on the left attacking mid in Makeda. Makeda can obviously play out there fairly well. Move David M into an advanced playmaker and support. And we obviously, with our last change, we're going to bring Martino off, move Mancini to that poacher role, as these two have played well together with Onetti. We're going to pump the ball a little bit more, pass the ball into space, go a little bit more direct, and see if we can roam from positions, and see if we can maybe go and try and get a winner. You never know, though. We're going to tell them to get stuck in, and off we go. Hopefully there's a chance late doors here as we look to break down Foggier. I'm just going to tell the lads to push forward when we're allowed to as well. Apparently not, but there's a highlight here, but it's down the wrong end for Deli. His ball in, though, is headed away by Ingrossio, and is there numbers up here? There isn't, unfortunately. There needed to be someone there because we obviously need to go on the break and try and find a goal, as Kouane's beaten like 2 in a ball falls to Fedato. Fedato's built to Arini. From distance is going to be wide. We can't tell him to push forward yet as well. Come on, boys. Let me, come on. Anyhow. 3 minutes left of added time, and we do have a highlight here in the 90th. Can it be for us? Can it be a late door draw? This could be an important draw come season's end as well, as the game is ticking away here. Fedato is on it. Fedato's ball in the Samini, finds Armini. The ball, though, is headed away, but only as far back as Armini, and the ball finds Fedeli. It's a good ball in there. Kawami with a chance to win it. Let's put it wide. Can we tell him to push forward now? We can. Come on, lads. Push forward, run from positions, and try and find someone. Come on, lads. Hopefully we can. 91st, 92nd. It doesn't look... Oh, it's 30 seconds. Doesn't look like it's likely, but we need the ball. We need it right now. Arini on the ball finds Van Acker. Van Acker there gets the ball down the line for Kawami. They've actually got, it's a great save there by Thomas Coquetti. I was about to say they actually got the sweat on if they want to play it across goals, but he didn't. In the end, Coquetti proving his quality, making a very good save there to keep it at 1-0. Look, I'll take that away from home first game of the year. We haven't been embarrassed. We have showed that we have decent quality as well. So obviously, we might be okay in terms of staying up in the league. It was just one of those days, boys. Don't worry about it too much. Our right back played well. Keeper played well in the middle of the park. David M played quite well. So look, I'm not going to fault them too much. Thought we were well enough in the game as well to maybe try and get something from it. Unfortunately for us, it wasn't meant to be today. We're going to save the game and end the episode there. It was a fun little episode of a little bit of transfer drama for Mancini, but obviously we didn't want to sell him and we just priced him out. I'm hoping that the interest dies down completely and he will sign a contract come end of season, or before the 6-month window, or else then we could lose him on a free transfer, and I would cry at the thought of that. Anyhow, that's going to be the end of the episode. Let me know where you think we'll finish in the comment section below. Also in below is the link to our Twitch, which we obviously stream all these games live, Twitter and Facebook. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one, guys, and goodbye.